out the poops and roughly shoved them into this 43-year-old woman's face before simply walking away.
For what?
Yet dropping his shorts and blasting all over the front porch.
Hey, bro, where did my just had to go? You know what I mean? The next video we got is the crazy world of poop crimes. Hopefully it really doesn't involve actual poop, but I'm guessing it does.
A little while ago, I posted on Twitter saying that by this point I'd come across so many poop-related crimes that you could actually compile a whole video about them. While I wasn't really being serious, it was clear from the responses that people actually wanted me to do that very video, so here we are.
You can make a shitty series about that. Hey, that guy's a fucking comedian, bro. That guy right there, he is a comedian.
Without further ado, let's get into it.
Don't interrupt them dogs from laying down to the next chair.
Where's he at?
I think he walked out.
What's good, Harry?
Right now, I would like to thank the sponsor.
This video is gonna be so crappy.
Of 2012, residents of a certain neighborhood
2012, bro. Y'all remember when 2012 was supposed to be like the last day on Earth?
Ohio started coming out in the mornings to find dumps all over their cars. If they had left their car unlocked, they would usually come out in the morning to find that someone had soiled the interior of their car on any of the seats or any of the other devices. If their car had been locked, they might find themselves a
He's telling us the stories of the poop crimes.
gift on the hood, the windshield, inside the cover of the gas tank, on the rear view mirrors, or even kind of shoved up under the door handles.
What the fuck?
Just within the Castle Homes neighborhood in Akron, about 19 different reports were filed when people came outside to find the gifts left on or in their cars. The police said that there were likely many more victims, though. Some more people have said that they found the very same mess on their cars, but they didn't file a report because they figured that probably, or hopefully, an animal must have done it. The police debated on DNA testing the evidence to find their perpetrator, but they felt that burning that much of the clock on a case like this might be a waste of resources. So they decided to go more of the old-fashioned route and just catch the guy. If he was a
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, pooping on 19 parked cars is crazy work, bruh. That nigga must have been off the meanest laxative of mankind, bruh.
arrested, he'd likely be facing charges of criminal mischief. However, his reign of terror would continue for several more years. After one woman's car was pooped on a whopping 7 times, her father came over and set up a hidden camera to capture the guy on video.
No, imagine seeing the footage of a nigga getting on top of the hood of your car, pulling his pants down, and shitting on your car. This nigga did this for years, mind you. That's crazy.
The camera would take a picture every 12 seconds overnight. And finally, they got a hit. The pooping bandit.
Like, dog, this is ridiculous. Like,
Cold outside.
this is crazy, bro.
It was caught there, face in nearly full view, duking on the hood of her car. The photo was released by the Akron Beacon Journal on March 11th, 2015. For the first time, the victims of the bandits' shenanigans were able to see him. They were surprised to see a pretty normal-looking man in his 40s or so. With this, they figured they would probably catch the guy. However, that never came to be. As soon as the photo was released and publicized, the pooping bandit completely disappeared. He likely felt that he wouldn't be able to continue now that people knew his face.
Well, duh, nigga. Did they not fucking arrest this
He
nigga?
wasn't going to take any more chances, retiring from his antics once and for all.
What?
The Louisville Porch Pooper. One homeowner in Old Louisville, Kentucky was surprised to come out one morning and see a fresh coil on his porch.
Yo, what places have, like, the dumbest crimes?
After that, he went back inside to review his home's security camera footage and see who might have done such a thing.
Florida.
When he did, he was greeted with this very strange video of a young man walking up to his home, looking around, dropping his shorts, and blasting all over the front porch. After, things got even more strange as the guy returned, did it again, and rang the doorbell before leaving. One of the local neighbors, a man named Roderick,
Niggas gotta be off of something, bro. There's just no way you just do this. Like, something has to be wrong in your brain, bro.
saw the whole thing. He said, "Old Louisville, man, you gotta see everything out here. I just happened to be outside and a white guy walked up. He was looking around. He looked like he was going into the apartment. He looked at the window, looked out, and he started crapping."
literally started crapping like boom. And I was just,
Hey, bro, where my nigga just had to go? You know what I mean?
Went back down the street.
The next day, the same man returned to the victim's porch
Never mind. It's not a coincidence.
once more at
It's not a
around
coincidence.
1:30 a.m. and did it all over again. By now, the homeowners were pretty fed up.
He
They called
must-
the police
he
and
must
filed
hate
2
them,
reports
bro.
against the guy, but he wasn't going to stop there. The next day after that, at 3:30 in the morning, the porch pooper returned once again to do his business. This time, however, the homeowner had set up an alarm that managed to scare the guy off. Fed up, they released the videos of the guy to local media. The homeowner
Yo.
then put up a no trespassing warning tape sign all over the front railing of his house. The police increased patrols in the area in the early hours of the morning.
I'm
as
sorry, I
well.
couldn't live somewhere like this, bro. This shit looks way too fucking creepy. Like, imagine walking home every day to this scenery. Like,
Saying that they were taking the case very seriously.
This isn't.
After a while, the police announced that they had caught their man, but there was a catch. They said that because he had autism, they weren't going to release his name or punish him in any way.
so, bro, they always like pulling that card, bro. They always like,
There's something mentally wrong with him.
but still, like pulling up to the crib every single day at 3:30 a.m. to take a shit.
That's part of being autistic. He has a routine. That's the time, and that's
Hey, bro.
his thing. He has a routine.
Hey,
Even
bro.
if he doesn't have the shit.
A lot of people be getting away with that card, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I can only hear it so many times and be like, "Yup, that's true." I don't know.
It isn't clear what they did to make the guy stop, but it appears that they were successful as he never graced that porch with his presence again. For now. The Super Pooper. At Holmdel High School in Holmdel, New Jersey, local teaching staff and coaches kept finding human waste littered all over the high school track and football fields. It got so out of hand that they were finding these unpleasant surprises every single day, usually in the same couple of areas. After they got pretty fed up with the whole thing, they decided to set up a few security cameras facing those very places. Once they did, they were greeted with quite the surprising sight. The criminal was none other than their own superintendent, 40.
What the fuck? Yo, what, bro? Like, I ain't gonna lie, this fucking story was starting off so boring. Like, yeah, bro, nigga pooped around the goddamn school, whatever. But the whole superintendent, nigga, just leave the school if you don't like it that bad, bro.
2-year-old Thomas
That's
Transmead.
crazy.
Thomas had been unanimously appointed to head the school district in 2015, having a PhD in educational administration, a master's degree, and a bachelor's degree. Well, now that all came crumbling down at their arrest. He was charged with defecating in public, lewdness, and littering.
Hey, bro, whatever the fuck he did it, bro. He just looked crazy, nigga.
After his arrest, he was placed on a paid leave of absence. Given that Thomas's salary was listed at being around $147,500 a year, he decided to
Damn.
sue the police for more than $1 million in damages and lost wages. This was all while the school district scrambled to find a new superintendent.
Yo.
Thomas's lawyers urged
Yo.
the police to release the surveillance videos, saying that the public would come to see that they had the wrong guy if they would only see the videos.
Yo, so this nigga he sued them for $1 million. And then he doubled down and said, nigga, release the footage, it's not me. Nigga, we caught you in Ultra 4K HD. Fuck you mean it's not you, nigga?
Thomas's lawyers first said that he was accused of committing heinous acts that he did not do. However, they later flip-flopped on this, saying that while Thomas had done it, it was only once and it was due to a medical emergency,
Yeah,
saying that he
okay.
has runner's diarrhea, which is apparently a real condition. In the end,
That's a
Thomas
real
agreed
thing?
to plead guilty, still saying that it was only one time. Given that they only had the video from the time he got caught, there really was no way to know for sure if every single poop was committed by him. He
Damn.
could be lying, or it could be true, and he merely got a case of the runs at the worst possible time after someone else had been doing the do all along. Either way, he paid a $500 fine and got away without any jail time.
That's
It
crazy.
seems that he didn't get his
Hey, bro, why you in here? Shit, they caught me pooping, nigga. Caught you pooping? Yeah, I took a shit right outside the school. Like, what the fuck?
out back. The Mad Pooper of Colorado Springs. Now, here's a case that made quite a buzz a few years back, even getting parodied in an episode of Bob's Burgers. It all started when a family in
Yo, W Show
Springs started finding brown bubbles and soiled napkins all over a path through their neighborhood.
Ew.
Several of the litterings had even popped up on the sidewalk right directly in front of their home. After it continued for a whole 7 weeks, they finally managed to get a picture of the culprit, a brown-haired female runner.
Oh, so now we got a female shooter
The
this
Mad
time.
Cooper. She quickly gained a lot of notoriety nationwide based on both the funny moniker and the bizarre circumstances of the incident. As it seems, that particular neighborhood has a good number of public bathrooms that were available at the time when the woman would be running, meaning she was most certainly doing all of this intentionally. The family started posting their own wanted posters of the woman around the neighborhood, posters that were addressed to the female jogger that continuously uses our walkway as her toilet, posting her photos and asking her to stop.
This is a fucking crackhead. I would be scared to even see her in public, bro. You can't trust any motherfucker with this haircut, dude. If they got a haircut like this, you can't trust them, bro.
Conducting bombing runs on their sidewalk. However, even after this, the Mad Pooper did not change her ways. So the family went to the police. They were told that the woman could be facing both charges of indecent exposure and public defecation if she were to be caught. The police lieutenant said that this was definitely a first, stating, "This has been comical, but I also don't want to be flip about it. If it's a mental health issue, she'll still be held accountable, but we would want to get her help." When the police investigated the case, they did confirm that there was a public bathroom right across the street, a gas station right before that, and a park with public bathrooms just a little down the line.
Hey, bro, she said, fuck it, bro.
With all of this, they agreed that it was definitely being done intentionally. The Mad Pooper began to target some neighbors' backyards after that, and even expanded her business opportunities to a local Walgreens parking lot. However, the Mad Pooper's shitty shenanigans all abruptly stopped out of nowhere.
Dude.
A day came when nobody in the neighborhood found any plops, and from that day forth, they never found any again. People actually began to worry if something had happened to the woman.
Hey, bro. That one day, bro, niggas was like, hey, we ain't got no poop on our walkway. Man, where's she at, bro? I want her to poop on my shit. Like, it's just so crazy to flip around.
Guess we'll never know, as her identity was never revealed, and she never took part in her favorite hobby ever again.
Or somebody
Target neutralized.
Frank Abroga.
got her ass out of there.
Now here's the strange story of a criminal that does indeed involve poop, but also a whole lot more.
How'd he get
This
worse
is
than
the
poop?
story of a man named Frank Abroga,
Whatever he did, he fucking did it, bro. Like,
a man with more than 40 arrests under his belt. In particular, he had a history of committing crimes on public transit in New York City, with the Harlem area appearing to be one of his favorites. He punched a 30-year-old man randomly, then a month later went on to attack a 53-year-old man as well.
for
He was
what?
arrested each time, but nothing came of it. He went on to yell slurs at a Jewish man and spit on him in public.
The
Then
fuck?
threatened to kill him and tried to punch him before ultimately chasing him down the street until the cops got a hold of him. For this, he was arrested as well.
Yo.
While he was in hot water for that crime, he was set free once again. Then he once again made his way out into the subway, this time making his way out to a station in the Bronx. There he
It's always the fucking Bronx, bro. It's always the Bronx, bro. Like, come on, dude. Like,
pulled out his trusty bag of human waste and found a victim sitting on a bench nearby. He took out the poops and roughly shoved them into this 43-year-old woman's face before simply walking away.
for what?
Yet again arrested, this time for a slew of allegations such as assault, menacing, harassment,
Yo,
reckless endangerment,
why?
and disorderly conduct. When he was arrested, he laughed and told them that it was a shitty situation. The very next day, still completely free, Frank made his way out to a hardware store
Bro, I
a few
didn't throw the
blocks
poop
down
at the
from where
lady,
last
bro.
incident took place. He began to shoplift a couple of items and, when confronted by staff, threatened them with a screwdriver. He then grabbed a can
The
of mace
fuck?
from an employee's hand and simply left before ditching it somewhere.
Yo, this nigga is just a fucking menace in general. Like, he just doesn't fucking like anybody. Just lock this nigga up, bro. He clearly hates everybody, bro. What the fuck? What's good, K-Dot? Damn, on my strategy shit. Oops, I pissed again. Shut the fuck up, bro.
Where, since he didn't
Nigga, why you watching Poop Crimes, cuz,
actually
bro?
end up stealing anything, seemingly
just don't
only
make
wanting
no
to cause
sense,
trouble,
dude.
He was charged with menacing, petite larceny, and misdemeanor weapon
Petite
possession.
larceny?
While being investigated for that, the poop attack, and the attack on the Jewish guy, charges against Frank were really racking up. He was even hit with a hate crime for that last one. However, due to the bail reform
So why are we just letting this nigga roam free? This is like this nigga's 7th fucking charge. He's been let out 3 fucking times, bro.
laws in New York City being asinine, all he was hit with was some supervised release for the time being.
Like, bro,
The
what?
Brooklyn district attorney said that it was the most he could possibly do due to the bail reform. A woman named Jennifer Harrison, who works with Victims' Rights New York, said of the incidents and supervised release in New York City in general, "In my eyes, supervised release really is non-existent." An adjunct professor at John Jay College and former NYPD Sergeant, Joseph Giacomo,
Okay.
said about
Okay.
Frank's attack and the bail reform,
Paper
"People
already
are
did
really
it,
concerned
chill.
about crime, and unfortunately that has fallen
Chill,
on deaf
bro.
ears." The mayor of New York City himself, Eric Adams, said, "This individual should not be out on the streets of New York,
Oh,
and his
God, he
release
shouldn't,
shows the
bro.
scope of changes that we need to make in order to keep New Yorkers safe. It is the result of a failed mental health system, a failed housing and support system, and failing criminal justice laws that allow someone with a history of violence who poses a clear threat to public safety to just walk out of court. We can't allow this horrific situation to be the status quo and must make changes to our laws to both prevent these sort of attacks through intervention and support, and, when they do happen, to subsequently keep people who are clearly a danger to others off the street." The MTA chair and CEO, Jen Oliva, said that the
Look.
decision to release Frank back out into the streets over and over again defies common sense, adding, "I am no criminal justice expert, but I don't understand how someone who commits this kind of assault, which was violent, horribly victimizing a transit rider, can just walk free even when he has 4 other open cases against
Free,
him,
bro.
including 2 other transit assaults and a hate crime charge. It defies common sense." Despite all of the assault and robbery charges against him, none of the offenses have been deemed severe enough by the courts of New York City to justify holding him on bail. That's even when it comes to shoving feces straight into someone's face and straight up sucker punching strangers. Instead, Frank was simply taken off to a local homeless shelter. Free once again, Frank posted to Facebook from the homeless shelter, "The feces scenario should keep every female in their right mind away from me.
What the fuck? And bro, does this nigga only have like 3 outfits? Cause I swear to God, that's the same fucking top that he's had since the first fucking crime he did.
Adding, "NYDOC knows how I play. I'm not posting bail. Never been up north, never will."
Like, bro.
He then went on to ramble about sleep paralysis and demons, saying that not everyone on Earth comes from birth and that some people are actually creatures or statues.
Yeah, he's cooked. He's cooked, bro. It's
Samuel
cooked,
Opoku.
bro.
Here we have another random case of assault that's a little bit similar to the last one, but in my opinion quite a bit more gross. This is when, according to police, a man in Toronto named Samuel Opoku threw a bucket of liquid crap all over a mother and child who were sitting at a table inside a university library. He then
Yo, a whole thing of liquid crap? Liquid shit, nigga. Diarrhea. I damn near just threw up, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I gotta compose myself, bro, because my stomach dead ass just rumbled. That's gross, nigga.
went outside 2 days later
That's not Duke Dennis. This looks nothing like Duke.
and threw more poop onto a man and a woman walking around another university campus before finally, 1 day after that, dumping yet another bucket of human doo-doo all over a random woman walking down a Toronto street. One of the witnesses said that she saw Samuel dump one of the dumps on someone, which she initially thought was coffee until the smell hit.
Is that
She
I'm
said,
Dante,
"I
dude?
thought I was going to faint. I will never forget that smell." As it turns out, all of the victims in these seemingly random attacks were Asian, but a spokesman for the Toronto police said that they had no reason to believe that the attacks were racially driven, at least for the time being. One of the buckets was recovered by police who decided to test it for pathogens. Firefighters had to come out and power wash the scenes of the crime. After posting CCTV photos of the attacker all over the place, the police eventually came to find their man. Samuel Opoku was charged with 10 counts of mischief and assault with a weapon. Samuel was released on bail, forbidden from going anywhere near a university.
Shit,
His
he
trial
better
was
have.
reportedly delayed numerous times as his lawyer fights against sentencing on mental health grounds. Eventually, he was given a suspended sentence and put on probation for 2 years. He was given a lifetime ban on owning any sort of weapon and forced to provide his DNA for the public database. Since then, he has been arrested and convicted twice for failing to comply with his probation.
Yo, this nigga can't get a weapon. This nigga can't fucking... He got his DNA everywhere, nigga. That's crazy.
Rosemary Vogel.
His own body whipping on
Now,
God,
here we
bro.
get into a very strange subset of poop-related crimes, and that's people using feces to poison one another. And apparently it's a thing that happens a lot more often than you might think. The victim in this story was a man named Phil Vogel, who worked as a police officer in Lexington for 22 years with his wife, Rosemary, who worked as a nurse. Phil ended up leaving the force after racial tension involving the police grew pretty uncomfortable, retiring after a long career. Afterward, he ended up in the hospital, finding out that he was going to need heart surgery.
Damn.
After the surgery was completed, Phil was left in his recovery room at the Chandler Regional Medical Hospital in a suburb of Phoenix where Rosemary was employed. This was when the alarm went off for his IV, which meant that there was some sort of problem with the flow in the line. Staff came in to find Rosemary rubbing her husband's arm near the IV, which she knew she wasn't supposed to be doing. Other staff said that they had seen her touching the line previously as well.
That's not what I was expecting. I thought they were about to say Rosemary was rubbing her husband's arm full with poop. That's what I was expecting, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I thought she shit in her hand and started rubbing that nigga.
The nurse on hand, while inspecting the IV line, found a strange brown liquid inside the saline solution, one that really stank. She capped off the line and went to find some other staff to come
Wait, nigga. Did she put poop in her husband?
check things out. When they returned, Rosemary had removed the IV and was trying to dump the contents into the trash can. It was collected and eventually found to be, as you assumed, crap. An arrest warrant was later issued for Rose.
Yo! I ain't gonna lie, bro. Send this bitch to the deepest, darkest depths of hell. What the fuck?
Requiring her to turn herself in at the county jail or face a harsher punishment. She did so, and she was arrested. She turned over her nursing certification following the arrest. She was held on a $100,000 bail where she declined to be interviewed. When her trial came about, Phil actually argued on her behalf, asking for leniency. He said that ever since his wife's best friend had died, she was facing numerous emotional and psychological problems.
Yes, let me go ahead and poop in my fucking husband's IV. Yeah. Oh, okay. Make it make sense.
However, he wasn't quite aware that the problems had gotten this bad. Rosemary said that she hadn't slept in days at the time of the attack and had zero recollection of the whole ordeal. However, the 66-year-old woman went on to plead guilty to vulnerable adult abuse.
That's
Phil said that he
insane.
has forgiven her for her actions, saying that she is of no danger to him. The prosecutor heavily disagreed, saying that, although she might not have been trying to kill Phil, she was likely trying to take charge in their relationship by keeping him debilitated after she had come to enjoy having power over him due to his heart problems.
Damn,
The
that's
judge said that he did
sick.
believe Rosemary suffered a mental break that day. He felt some sympathy for her and decided to sentence her to weekends in jail for 1 year. Afterwards, she would have 4 years of probation and undergo ongoing mental health screenings.
Might as well keep the bitch free.
Stephanie McMullen. Here we have another case of the poison poo. In this case, a hospital was looking after a boy who wasn't yet even 2 years old. He had been taken to the hospital 6 times since he was around 4 years old, each time appearing to have some sort of life-threatening disease that the hospital staff couldn't identify. During one of his medical examinations, the doctor found E. coli in the boy's bloodstream.
Ew.
They said that the only way E. coli could have ended up there was by injection, not by consumption. They added that this very well could have resulted in the death of the boy if it hadn't been caught.
Yo, no way that a motherfucker lethally injected their son with poop. Like, yo, that is sick work if that's the case, bro. No weekend fun for you, bitch, yo.
Stephanie McMullen, the mother of the boy, worked at that particular hospital. After she had her locker of personal items at the hospital searched. There they found a bunch of needles and an IV tap. This was suspicious to say the least, so the police searched her computer as well. There she had been researching child poisoning on Google. The police came to the assumption that she may have Munchausen syndrome by proxy.
Nigga, she's trying to poison her fucking kid with poop? What? Yo, why have a kid if you're gonna fucking hate him?
Enjoying the attention she got from taking care of her sick child. She was charged with
Yo, so she enjoyed the attention she was getting off of her sick kid?
assault and reckless endangerment. Stephanie's lawyer argued that the boy had an eating disorder and that the family were told that these symptoms were a result of
Yo,
that.
people are
But
sick
that
in this
simply
world,
wasn't
bro.
possible with the way the feces had been injected into his bloodstream. Still, he said that the police had absolutely no evidence against his client. The courts disagreed as the boy was placed into foster care. Stephanie was charged with
How
assault
does
and
one
reckless
even think of that shit, bro? Like,
endangerment
that's
before being released on bail. The
That's
hospital
crazy.
fired her too. For a while, Stephanie remained unemployed and tried to get her son back from the foster care
fuck
system.
no, fuck
After that,
no,
though, there is no record of whatever happened to her or her son.
fuck no. Keep that bitch long gone away from her son, bro.
Mystery Girl.
Not gonna lie, these are some crazy ass crimes, bro. I thought at first it was gonna just be like how that one nigga was going around shitting. We got niggas throwing liquid shit on people, slamming shit in people's faces for no reason, poisoning their loved ones with poop. Like, that's crazy.
Usually, in these sorts of poop poison related cases, the parent or caregiver is the aggressor, but this one is very different. On October 8th, 2010, a mother in Orange County reported to the police that she had been growing more and more sick over the past year and that a medical examination showed that she had traces of arsenic in her blood. This meant that she had likely been poisoned. Afterwards, she confronted her children about it, asking if they knew anything. Her adopted daughter, a 13-year-old girl, admitted to putting both bug spray and dog poop in her food for the past year, along with mixing soap
For the past year? Yo. And you don't notice that? How do you not notice that? I feel like dog poop and bug spray probably have very distinct tastes and smells.
into her drinking water. After an investigation showed that this was very likely what had happened, the police arrested the 13-year-old as they investigated as to whether or not she had also been poisoning her siblings. They also weren't able to get the daughter to tell them exactly why she had poisoned her mom. They weren't able to release much more information than that, given the girl's age. The mom didn't want to press charges in the end, but given the severity of the poisoning, the
Hey, blood or not, bitch, you got me fucked up, nigga. Give me my bread. What the fuck?
decision was out of her hands. The police charged the girl with poisoning food and water. She was ultimately
Bro,
processed
in the water you can't taste like poop pellets, nigga? How do you not taste the poop in your water, bro? That's crazy.
through the juvenile court system. Tiffany Alberts. Here's a case that I've talked about in a previous monthly compilation video, but I'm including it here for the sake of completion. I've saved it for the end just in case you've seen that video before. In Walcott, Indiana, a young boy was getting cancer treatments at Riley Hospital for Children in Indianapolis.
Okay.
This was when his mother decided to take some feces and inject them right into her son's IV. After getting his leukemia treatments, he was released from the hospital and went home. That is, until he returned to the hospital just 2 days later with a fever, vomiting, and diarrhea.
That's so
Blood
sick,
tests showed
bro.
that his bloodstream contained bacteria consistent with feces, something no medical test could explain. The staff were baffled. They figured that the only rational explanation there could be was that someone was tampering with his IV lines, and they were right.
Yo, so like, how do you even get that shit out your system, though, bro? Like, to me, that's like automatic. Like, the way my brain processes that shit is like, damn, that's automatic death, nigga. GG's.
set up cameras in the area to make sure, and they quickly caught his mother trying to do it again. When confronted, she told
Imagine getting caught in the act.
the staff that she was trying to, quote, flush it as the medicine was given to him burned. When they pressed, she admitted that it was poop, her own son's poop that she claimed to have kept in a gift bag on the bathroom counter at home.
Bro.
Once she was caught and arrested, the mother
Niggas is out. Oh yeah, she's fucking insane. This bitch did everything and more. What the fuck?
Tiffany Alberts said that this
This
was
bitch look like
a
Schmeagol.
not-so-clever ruse in order to get her son moved from intensive care into another unit in the hospital where she believed that the treatment would be better. She was originally charged with attempted murder, but was later charged with aggravated battery and 1 count of neglect. She was convicted on those counts and sentenced to 7 years in prison.
Damn.
She will have to serve 5 years of probation following her sentence as well.
Damn. That's insane.
Once again,
work,
thank you for watching my video.
Yo, W video, bro. I did not know there was that many poop-related crimes, bro. Yo. This world is shitty. Get it? Cause, like, get.
Man, shut your